So the first activation for the 16th for the Germans, and I think I'm going to jump in with both feet and activate 15th Panzer. So I've kind of set up here, you can see them fresh. Quick little comment, I think as the things stand at the moment they aren't mixed, although because I've actually ordered them towards Fort Capuzzo, by the time they finish this activation they will effectively have mixed with Frontier, which will affect their snafu roll in the next turn. Again, you could argue that there's an advantage perhaps to because of the movement allowance on the side with the major road that runs through that hex currently occupied by Knabe. You could argue that you might as well just go for it and roll the armour straight down the road, because it could then stay on its, well, assuming a full activation, it could then stay on its deployed side and be slightly more powerful. But rather than pick up the coordination and the mixed, which I think that I'm doing that off the top of my head again, and perhaps I'm wrong, but rather than doing that, I think what I would prefer to do is simply skirt around the Frontier unit at the end, knowing that eventually, as I say, at the end of this turn, they could well be mixed. Although again, with Frontier, perhaps if 15th Panzer are going to take up that role in the centre of the map there, perhaps that Knabe unit pulls in and becomes, well, possibly deploys more this side towards Bach, who's obviously having problems holding Hellfire Pass and the other Kualala and Solemn. With a much reduced force. I think he's at about 50% strength compared to where he started. Yeah, so that's the plan. So let's roll for activation. You can see we've already deployed the 15th Panzer HQ onto its correct side. You'll also notice that it has 3 artillery points. Such luxury. Highest I've seen so far on here, if I think about this. Yeah, what a nice formation 15th Panzer is. Anyway, here we go. And we roll an 8. Now we know -1, so that would take us down to 7, but we're actually fresh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are optimal on our trains, so we are full activation. So we'll deploy a double in on that centre point of Fort Capuzzo there, which then gives us a nice ability to react to all 3 of those hexes currently occupied by 7th Armoured. Okay, so I think what we will start with, if we just take that off there temporarily, look at this little chap here, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that will trigger an engagement here, and as you can see it's 6v6 in engagement terms, action ratings and armour value. So the only modifier to that would obviously be the double objective zone, which actually gives the Germans a +1, so we're rolling on +1 on the engagement table. Support not involved because obviously it's armour on armour, and we roll a 6, both loss. So we both take a hit. What is the strength of that? Yeah, I think we just go for it again with 15th Panzer, and it would be exactly the same again. That time we rolled a 5, 7 up to an 8, which again stays as both loss. So extensive armour battering there. Obviously what we were hoping to do was get an early push in against that unit, which would have forced the HQ to jump, which would have perhaps changed things slightly, but that didn't work, unfortunately. Okay, so next up, because that unit would now be finished having carried out its 2 fire actions, we'll just drop this unit into here and again force the engagement. This time we already start off with a +1 because we are on our deployed side, and then we also have an additional +1 for the double tap, so we've actually got +2 on this engagement, and that's a 12, so that's target loss and retreat. So right now I just need to check where we go with retreats, because our HQ there is perilously close, as you can see, to the customs house.